The early 1940s, World War II, 12,000 Japanese Americans take up arms and fight for the United States of America. All told, they amassed more than 18,000 combat medals, including 9,468 Purple Hearts, 4,000 Bronze Stars, 560 Silver Stars, and 52 Distinguished Service Crosses, the second highest award for bravery. Collectively, they earned 7 Presidential Unit Citations and 21 Medals of Honor, the nation's highest award for valor. They are one of the most highly decorated units in the entire U.S. military's history to date. They are the Nisei, the Japanese word for first-generation Japanese born in the United States. These soldiers gathered intelligence in the Pacific, landed glider planes behind German lines in France, and built bridges in Italy. But they especially distinguished themselves in 2 segregated units of ground troops that plowed their way across the European theater, the 100th Infantry Battalion and the 442nd Regimental Combat Team. Their tale is legendary, their achievements and successes second to none. For this, they were recognized by leaders at all levels, including General Dwight Eisenhower himself. The 442nd trained hard at Camp Shelby, Mississippi, adopting the motto, "Go for broke," a Hawaiian slang term meaning to risk all for one great prize. It was with that philosophy they fought bravely in Italy, France, and Germany. They established a combat performance record which the War Department said has not been surpassed. At the time, the Army as a whole had a 15% desertion rate, but not a single soldier from the 100th or the 442nd is known to have cut and run. In fact, there were at least 7 cases of reverse AWOLs, in which wounded Nisei left field hospitals without permission and returned to action. By early July 1946, the combat performance record of the 442nd was well known, and the cloud of distrust had dissipated. One of the most notable of the 442nd's campaigns took place in the forests of northeastern France. During this period of combat, slightly over a month, the 442nd was awarded 5 of their 7 Distinguished Unit Citations, 5 of their 21 Medals of Honor, and 9 of their 29 Distinguished Service Crosses. They sustained about 800 casualties during the period, including between 400 and 600 casualties in the 5 days of combat that ensued to rescue the trapped battalion of the Texas 36th Division. These numbers speak to the intensity of combat in just a short period of time. When the 442nd returned home, Hawaii gave them a welcome that would rival even the one they received in New York City. Subsequently, on July 15th, President Harry Truman, who reviewed the 442nd at the Ellipse following its march down Constitution Avenue in Washington, D.C., confirmed Nisei loyalty when he told them, "You fought the enemy abroad and prejudice at home, and you won." This high-level endorsement helped reverse the tide of distrust and prejudice against Japanese Americans during World War II. You'll find their story spattered across popular culture. In 1951, Van Johnson starred in Go for Broke, a movie based on the Nisei's legendary performance in war. The iconic character Mr. Miyagi from The Karate Kid is himself a fictional member of the 442nd, a Medal of Honor recipient who served his country with distinction, even while that same country would hold his wife and a child in an internment camp. A storyline that, while fictional, rings all too true for many members of the 100th and the 442nd, including our guest of honor, Technical Sergeant Shinye Rocky Matayoshi. Rocky's father was a sugar plantation laborer and was one of several thousand Hawaiians detained. He was picked up in February 1942 and shipped to Santa Fe, New Mexico. According to Rocky, he was the only one they took from their small village. Rocky enlisted at the age of 19 in 1943, with hopes his enlistment would result in his father's release. That would never come to pass. The elder Matayoshi remained in custody until October 1945, 2 months after Japan's surrender. In 1943, young Private Matayoshi visited his dad during Christmas break from basic training. The father told his son it looked like they were on opposite sides of the fence. His parting words to young Rocky would resonate forever. "Whatever you do, don't bring shame to the family." Rocky Matayoshi brought not shame, but instead honor to his father and family name through his actions in combat. He earned a Purple Heart, a Bronze Star, 2 Silver Stars, and now the Distinguished Service Cross. It is with great pleasure and honor that we at the Pentagon recognize a true American hero, a warrior, a legend, an inspiration for all soldiers past, present, and future. Technical Sergeant Shinye Raki Matayoshi, Company G, 2nd Battalion, 442nd Regimental Combat Team.